Does going off-roading void your warranty? Dun dun dun. Hey, it's Tim, Pick a Truck Plus SUV Talk. I thought, let's dig into this. So, as you guys know, if you follow the channel, I'm buying a 2025 Ram 1500 for the channel. I've had a Chevy, I've had a Ford, I've had a Tundra, so the Ram makes sense to get next. And I can't wait to get it 'cause I can't wait to do a variety of videos, comparisons. It's gonna be great for the channel. But what's interesting about it, when I started looking through some stuff on warranty information. So I was looking through this, and it's interesting. This is the 2025 Ram 1500 warranty brochure or booklet that comes with the truck, and it says modifications not covered. What is covered, not covered. And this is interesting. Modifications not covered. I kind of highlighted this. Some modifications do not void the warranties, but are not covered, like adding aftermarket side steps or running boards. Yeah, that makes sense, right? It's not covered in the warranty. However, I started thinking, like, what if I go off-roading with this? And I have other sites as well. I pulled up the information. And I was looking through some stuff about not covering. Interesting with Ram is if you apply rust proofing or other protection products to the vehicle, it's not covered. So all those dealer things they try to sneak in, yeah, that stuff's not covered either. Okay. These actions will void your warranties. Disconnecting, tampering with your altering odometer makes sense. Attaching any device that disconnects the odometer, right? So no mess with odometers. Actually, a federal law as well. We're looking at racing's not covered. Okay, makes sense. You race it, it's not covered. Other exclusions. This is where it gets kind of hairy. Fire accident. Okay, it makes sense. Abuse or negligence. Misuse, for example, driving over curbs or overloading, overlanding, that too. Overloading. So if you overload your truck, it's not covered. Well, that makes sense. That's why people need to pay attention to the payload sticker on the door, and they don't. They just overload it and go, oh, it's fine, I'll drive home. Well, that can actually void your warranty as well. But abuse or negligence. That's interesting. So, what is abuse or negligence? How does that actually fit into warranty claim and off-roading? Is off-road abuse or negligence? I'd say abuse, maybe, because you're going to beat the truck up, possibly, depending how you want to do it. So I thought, well, what's Chevrolet do? Chevrolet talks about not covered routine maintenance, slight noise, vibrations, or normal characteristics of the vehicle, damage due to accident, misuse, insufficient maintenance, or alteration. Looking at the manual's really in depth on this, and it starts with a Corvette Z06. What's not covered? Yeah, I would say that's probably going to be top of the list for those owners covering it. But it's interesting because we look at damage from improper inflation of the tires, fire misuse, all that kind of stuff, tire wheel damage, same deal. Overload it, and you're not going to have it. They also talk about if you use tire chains. If the tire's damaged because of the tire chains, that's on you, not on the manufacturer. Damage to wheels or what's caused by automatic car washes or cleaning agents is not covered. Lots of bed liner as far as fading, that's not covered. Damage due to accident, misuse, or alteration. So collision, fire, theft, freezing, vandalism, riot, all that kind of stuff. Misuse of the vehicle, such as driving over curbs. Don't drive over curbs. And I know it throws alignment off, but I'm surprised to see that one. Overloading, again. Racing or other competition. Proper vehicle use is discussed in the owner's manual. And the owner's manual talks about off-roading. So that would make the Chevy Silverado okay to off-road. Interesting. Alteration, modification, or tampering the vehicle. If you modify it, whatever, and you do something to the odometer. Installation of non-GM parts would void the warranty. However, it also talks about the Moss-Ferguson law that says unless they can prove that part caused damage, they can't void your warranty because of that. But automakers love putting it in there and scaring people. Ford. I had the Ford F-150 Power Boost, right? XLT. So what the question was damage resulting with some conditions, including accidents, collisions, or objects striking the vehicle, theft, vandalism, or riot, fire, explosion, using contained or improper fluid fills, driving through water deep enough to cause water to be ingested in the engine, improper maintenance. Okay, that makes sense. Tamper with whatever. Damage caused by use or environment, including stone chips, dings, dents, that's all on you. Maintenance of wear items. So this one doesn't say anything about misuse. It just says driving through deep water. Okay, that's interesting. Now, what about Toyota? If you guys follow YouTube closely, you know my friends in Boulder have an issue with their Tacoma, and I was curious about what happens with them because that's coming from the comments quite a bit. And again, Toyota, like Ram and Chevy, talks about abuse or negligence. Misuse, for example, racing or overloading. So they don't specifically say whether off-road is going to be covered in warranty. And this is crazy to me because look at some stories. So Ford, according to FordAuthority.com, a couple years ago, or actually last year, they offered a new off-road warranty coverage launched for the Bronco family. This is interesting. So you can get this off-road warranty coverage, and it covers damage to the wheels and tires, minor windshield chips and cracks, or small dents in the bodywork that owners might incur while out on the trails. So Ford doesn't specifically say that off-roading is not covered in their part of the manual, and then they offer an off-road warranty, basically kind of an extended warranty for the Bronco. What? Now, going back a little bit, Jeep Gladiator was voided because he drove through the mud. Now, this guy was a bit excessive. I mean, the photos are pretty excessive, but he took his 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon out with upgraded mud tires, and they went off to go through some mud like this. That he claims, not claim, excuse me, the claim is that this caused damage to the alternator. The upgrade gave him, for the tires, gave him confidence to plow through the Gladiator through the mud, but there's damage to the alternator. Now, that alternator, radiator, and both batteries will cost us $3,000 and won't be covered by the factory warranty. The dealership said no. And talking to my friend David Boyd over All Train Nation, he said this was a couple years ago, and there were several Jeeps that weren't covered for off-road issues like this, but you have a Jeep which is meant for off-roading. So, which is it? I've asked a lot of my friends, automotive friends, I've asked different people in the business, and basically what they come down to is it's a case-by-case basis on what's covered and what's not covered. I think my friends in Boulder are fine. Big YouTube channel, lots of PR for Toyota. They're going to cover that. I don't think they're going to tell them no. But what happens to the everyday Joe who goes out and something breaks on Tacoma, something breaks in my Ram? Would I be covered under the warranty? Is that misuse? Is that negligence because I didn't know how the off-road system worked, or I didn't scout the trail ahead of me? I didn't know what was going on. It's a very interesting question, and I didn't get any answers. I think it would involve hiring a lawyer, going through the law process, but it does make you wonder if they're going to build like a Ram Rebel, which is advertised and designed for off-roading. And we went off-roading at the drive event in Austin when we first drove the 2025 model. Was that not covered under warranty? Right. So if I do that as my own with a group of friends and one friend snaps a tie rod when he's off-roading, is that not covered because it's considered misuse or abuse or negligence? Even though we did it at a Ram event, and does your lawyer point to that and say, you guys did a Ram event, you should cover it elsewhere? Or does the dealer just say, sorry, pal, it's on you? What do you guys think? This is kind of, I know I'm in the weeds on this one, but this is just kind of interesting story, and I thought it would be interesting to talk to you guys about voiding warranties because it always comes up in the comments. People have lots of concerns about this stuff, and you could do something as simple as going over some rocks and void your warranty. Again, put your comments down below. Be curious what you guys think. Also, check out videos on the channel over here. Website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. And the question came from the forum too. Check it out. Have a good time over there. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.